Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Inner Healer. I'm Shakri, and today we're going to be talking about how to manifest your life partner. What is a life partner? Hence, I didn't say your spouse, like your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. I didn't say that. I said your life partner. Why am I saying your life partner? Because your life partner is someone that you go through everything with. You go through the thick and the thin with. You go through the ups, the downs. Y'all in the trenches together. Y'all at highs, y'all at lows. Y'all are just doing everything. Every season you've been with them, every reason you've been with them, every emotion you've been with them. This is the person that you're supposed to do life with. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you'll get married to this person, because I have a whole different outlook on marriage and everything like that, and the way that society sees marriage. So I say life partner. If we're being honest, in America, marriage is for tax purposes, it's for business purposes, it's for literally what they set it up for. If you really think about marriage and how it works and what benefits you get from being married, it has nothing to do with love. Nothing whatsoever. It has everything to do with those contracts that you sign. Everything. Look at your marriage certificate. Look at your marriage contract. Look at that. It does not say love. It says through ups and downs, sickness and health, rich or poor. It says all of that. Everything that has to do with the contract. It does not say love. At least I don't remember it saying love. I don't remember even hearing the word love come out the whole time. Of course, that's an unspoken thing. Like, yeah, you will love your spouse, but why is it when you exchange vows, it's nothing being said about love unless you're speaking it from your heart? No, that's why I say your life partner, because there's two different things, and we're going to get into that. Now, the reason why I say life partner versus marriage is because this is the person that you're going to go through the thick and the thin with. The love is there. This is the person that you love. This is the person that makes your heart flutter. This is the person that sometimes you're not able to stand, okay? Because in long-term relationships, like I said, your life partner. So this is someone that you're going to do life with. There are going to be phases. There are going to be times when you're deeply in love with this person. There are going to be times when you cannot stand this person. There are going to be times where you don't want to be around this person. There are times when you want to be all up under this person. You want them to hug you, kiss you, console you, love on you, all of that. So there's going to be different seasons, different reasons for you to be with who you're going to be with. Now, why do I say that? Because when you are with someone, you are in it for whatever reason you want to be in it for, and they're in it for whatever reason they want to be in it for. Now, you have to look at characteristics. What characteristics are you after when you want someone? Now, I have a list of characteristics, and we're going to go through the characteristics, and then you can fit that into how you want it to look and how you want it to mold for your life. But I don't want you to think that you have to marry someone in order for you to be with them forever, because a lot of times I see on this here internet that people will shun you for not being married. I'm married. I'm not shunning anyone for not being married. Why? Because I understand the significance of a partnership. I understand that way more now than I did 10 years ago when I was fresh into my marriage. So it's different, and my mind, it works different now. My thinking has leveled up from then. My wisdom is from experience. My wisdom is from living, because life gives you knowledge and living gives you wisdom. So in the beginning of my marriage, I thought it was, oh, all peaches and cream, everything was everything, and it was always going to be roses. But then when you get to that 2 year, that 3 year, like, you're learning this person, you're getting to know this person, you're living with them every day, you're learning the things that you like and you don't like, and are you able to withstand that? Because some people get out of their marriage before they even get to the 5 year mark. So if you got out of that before the 5 year mark, then what did you learn? Like, you obviously you learned something, because you don't go through anything by accident. You go through everything by chance. Everything is put in your life the way that it's supposed to be put in there, so that you can learn from that. But the way that I see it is, you only have one life partner. You can have plenty of husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, you can friends, any of that, but you only have one life partner. That's why they're called a life partner. You're supposed to do life with them. You're supposed to be with them until the end of time and beyond. This is way further than this 3D realm. It's everything in the spiritual realm. So once they're not here anymore in the flesh, y'all are still connected as one because y'all souls are connected. This is someone that is your soul partner. This is someone that feeds your soul. It's y'all feed each other's soul. So we're just going to get into the characteristics. Now, when thinking of a life partner, you have to put down certain characteristics that you're looking for so that you can be very specific on what you're looking for, so that when this person comes around, you know exactly who they are. Why? Because you've like molded them to fit into your life rather. So are they emotionally available? A lot of times we get into relationships with emotionally unavailable people and we're wondering like, why can't they love me back? Why can't they show me the affection that I'm looking for? Well, maybe in the beginning you didn't know exactly what you were looking for. So you were just looking for someone who looks good. Okay, they can look good on the outside but have really bad insides. And I don't even like to use the word bad. I know that I say it a lot, but I don't even like to use that. They can have chemical imbalances on the inside. And you don't know that because you were only looking at the outer exterior. You were only looking at their exterior. You were looking at how good they look. But then you get in a relationship and they don't know how to console you. You have whatever, anything happens and they don't know how to console you. You're crying and they're looking at you like, blah, which way to go? Like, you don't want that, right? So the next is, are they business savvy? Now, this doesn't have to fit for you, but in my life, it's like family is business. Like, I look at this as a business. Why? Because the state looks at it as a business. The United States of America Corporation looks at it as a business. Now we're about to get into astrology when we go from the seventh house to the eighth house. Now the seventh house is where you have your marriage partner, or you have your forever partner, or your life partner, or whatever that is, whatever you see fit for that. So that's the seventh house of your astrological chart. Now whatever whatever sign is in that house is what you're looking for in that partner. Now it gets way more in depth if you have any planets in there. That's contract law. The seventh house is contract law. Every situation is a contract. When you get married, you're signing a contract. You're signing that between you, the state, and that person. Okay, so why not have, you can have your contract with the state, or you can have your contract within yourselves, because when you have that contract within yourself, the state isn't involved, and now you're able to handle your marriage the way that you want to handle it. You can get a trust, sign a contract, put your contract into that trust. So now everything is backed by your tribe, your rules, because the United States is nothing but a trust. It's called in God we. That is the trust. In God we. That's the trust. So you're put inside that trust. Your marriage is put inside that trust. Why not get your own trust to put your marriage inside of? So now you have all control. Well, you guys have all control over what goes on inside of your marriage, because you have to pay to get married and you have to pay to get divorced. Why not pay your own corporation? Now, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, but we need a mediator. The trust is the mediator. The trust is there put in place so that things don't go far left. The trust is there so that everything that you want out of this relationship, you're going to get it. Why? Because you put that in writing before you got married and you signed your John Hancock on that line. And now no one can break that. The same way how a marriage certificate from the state, you cannot break that. You cannot abandon your spouse. You cannot, go outside of your marriage limits, everything that they tell you that you're not able to do. And if you do, you can be charged, or they can sue or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying it to avoid anything. I'm saying it to protect yourself. But okay, no, that's contract law. But then you have the eighth house. You go into the eighth house, and your eighth house is, once you're together, what do you share? Your shared resources, your inheritance. Sometimes you might not want to stay like in a commitment with your life partner, but and you want to venture out, but that's still your life partner because y'all still will come together. Why? Because now y'all done built a family, which is a business together. So now y'all have to connect anyway. The eighth house also has to do with your legacy. So you have the seventh house where you have your contract law, and then you have the eighth house where you have legacy. So now y'all are building that legacy together. That's why I say family is business, because literally it is. Every contract shows you that everything is business. Everything in this world is business. Everything. Everything has limitations. Everything. You also want to look for the provider and the protector. Now that goes both ways. So the man is the provider of the house. You know, he brings in the money, he takes care of the home, and then he protects your household as a whole. But then on the flip side, what does the woman do? The woman is the provider. She provides the nutrients. She provides, if you're in a house that is supernatural, she's providing you with soap, she's providing you with toothpaste, she's providing you with hair oil, she's providing you with everything, the body butter, things to make your skin look good, things to have you healthy, things to, like, everything that it takes for you to look good, smell good, feel good. Your woman is there for you. And then your protector, she's spiritually protecting you, because if you have a spiritual woman, then she's protecting you in the spiritual realm. Your woman is praying for you every day. So y'all are being the provider and protector of each other. And then we go to the spiritual aspect. You want someone who's equally yoked with you. So if you are into whatever you're into, you want that person to be somewhat into that, right? Like, I remember before, because in Islam, like, a Muslim man can marry a Christian woman. Now, why do I think that doesn't work? Well, first of all, he's praying 5 times a day. And if he's getting up for Fajr, which is the dawn prayer, she's still in the bed sleeping. And there's just a disconnect. And there's just he's going to Jumu'ah, he's praying, he's into deep into his religion. She's deep into her religion. And there would be a disconnect at some point in that relationship. So I think that you have to be spiritually yoked too. Now, that's just my opinion. Somebody else might think of it in a different way, might look at it in a different way, like, oh, well, the good word says that you can do this. Yeah. But the good soul, what does that tell you to do? And then you want to be secure in your relationship. So you want someone who's faithful, right? You don't want someone who you have to look over your shoulder at all times if they're doing this or if they're doing that. First of all, we are mirrors. So we attract to us what we are. So if you're having to look over your shoulder for someone, if they're cheating, then that means that they spotted an insecurity in you, and then they were able to finagle their way in. You don't want that. You don't want any loopholes into this partnership, because this is someone, like I said, you're going to do life with. This is someone that you want to be able to trust. You want to be able to console you, or you console them. You want this person to experience all of you, and you experience all of them. You don't want it to be a penetration in that connection, because once someone cheats, that's more so like a deal breaker. Because I remember Big Sean said it, cheating on you is like cheating on myself. And that's because you're equally yoked as on the soul level. That has nothing to do with this 3D world. Nothing at all. When he said that had nothing at all to do with what we see in this physical form. It had everything to do with you're swapping souls with someone else. So if you go and you swap souls with someone outside of your life partner, then you're bringing that soul back to your life partner. And then whatever souls that they have attached to them. So now it's just all these different souls being mixed up in you. And you're wondering why you're out of whack, why your pH balance is out of whack, and why all of these things are happening down there in that lower region, or inside of you, your insecurities. Why are you feeling this? Because you let someone in that seen a loophole and was able to finagle their way in. You don't want anyone to be able to finagle their way in. So you're writing down these characteristics. Why? Because these are things that you want to work on for yourself too. You have to be this for that person if you want them to be that for you. Now you want someone, if you're into this, you want someone that's health conscious. And why do I say health conscious? Because as the woman, in the house, you have the power to you have that power to create life or death within your home. Why? Because you are most likely the person that's cooking. No, that's not the way in each relationship. So whoever is the person that's cooking in that house, you have the power of life or death in your hands. Why? Because if you're feeding death, then what do you expect? You're going to be tired. You're going to start to gain a lot of weight. You're going to just be sluggish. You're going to be out of whack. You're going to take on the emotions of whatever diet that you ate. You can take on those emotions. So a lot of times people are thinking that they are feeling a certain kind of way because of stuff that's happening in the world, like around them, when whole time it's something that's happening on the inside, because you have a soul inside of you now, because you just ate death. In my house, I have life or death in my hands. My husband has life or death in his hands. Whatever we cook and provide for our family, then we are either giving them life or we're feeding them death. Now, if we're feeding them things that are going to nourish their soul, things that are going to nourish their bodies, things that are going to replenish their skin, then we can only expect the skin to look good, the body to feel good, things like that. So if you are health conscious, then you have to have someone that's health conscious. Then you want to get with someone that you can be cool with, that you can kick it with, that can be your friend, like your homie, lover, friend. You want someone that you're equally yoked with. So you want someone that you can, just sit down and kick it with, have a conversation with, because communication is key in any relationship. You don't want, well, it's not even going to work if you can't communicate with this person. So you want someone that can be your homie, lover, friend. You can come, you can bust it up with them, you can sit, whatever y'all do. You want to be able to do it with them. Whether you like playing the game, like if you're going to play the game with them, if you're going to read together, like if you're going to learn different things together, you can do all of these things with your spouse, with your life partner, with your soulmate, your twin flame. Everybody got all these different names for stuff these days, like it's all these different names. And one thing that I learned from young is we don't get married to get divorced. Like I said, if you're into contract law, I well, even if you're not, if you're thinking of getting married, having a baby, any of that, I really feel like you should learn contract law. You should really know what you're getting yourself into, because you're in legal binding contracts. When you have a baby, when you get married, when you go get a house, when you get a car, when you do anything, it's a business transaction. I know somebody like, how is having a baby a business transaction? Don't wherever you go to have your baby, don't you have to sign papers? Don't they give you a bill? That is a contract. That is a business transaction. If you have to pay for something, then you're in business with them. So if you're thinking of doing anything in this world, I think everybody should learn contract law, because that is the foundation of everything. And you want to be with someone that you can respect. Like, who wants to be with someone that they can't respect? Who wants to be with someone who they think is a clown, like someone they think is beneath them? You have to be with someone who can elevate you and you elevate them, someone you see that you can build a future with. You don't want to be with someone who is beneath you. Because if they're beneath you and then they don't have any aspirations to get up to where you are to, help elevate you, then you're not with the person that you should be even doing life with anyway. Respect is key. Respect is number one outside of communication. And then, like, you don't want to be with someone you don't think look good. So yeah, you want all of these things, but the first thing that you see is that they look good. They look good? That's the first thing that you see. So that's the only thing that you can go off when you first see this person, unless the energy exchange, because people can feel energy also. Some people are with someone that they don't think looks good, and that's okay too. That's not okay for me. I am a Libra. You have to look good. You have to look good. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. We've multiplied our offspring, so we have that aspect down pat. We multiply ideas because we can bounce ideas off of each other. So since we've been together, we've only elevated. We've multiplied our spirituality. When we first got together, when I first met him and he first met me, we were deep into religion. And then, things veered off. So we got deeper into like learning who we are. And it was really like religion follows after spirituality. So everything that comes from the religion came from our ancestors before religion was even thought of. So we've multiplied our spirituality. We still read all books because we are knowledge hungry. Like that's something that we share together that I really love about him. Like he always wants to learn, and I'm an avid learner. We share book ideas with each other, we share ideas with each other, we share business ideas, we share all everything together. And that's something that we like, that makes us equally yoked. Like we are here, like that's my dog. Like there is no, it's a bird flying outside of my window, but there is nothing that can like penetrate that. You have to get with someone that nothing can penetrate. We've multiplied in status. We've multiplied in money. We've multiplied in mostly every aspect that we can multiply, and we're steadily multiplying every day. Now, are there ups and downs? Obviously, no relationship is perfect, but he's perfect for me. And I manifested that man. Like I literally manifested that man. So he's everything that I wanted. I'm everything that he wanted. He prayed for me. I prayed for him. And then we came together. Now, something that you have to sit and ask yourself when you have this list of who you want to manifest into your life, you have to ask yourself, are you ready for that person? Are you ready for that person to come into your life? Because if you're not ready for that person, then you have to get yourself prepared for that person, because you can get the perfect person for you come into your life and you mess it up. It has nothing to do with them. This is the person that was gift wrapped for you and you messed it up because you weren't ready to evolve spiritually, or you weren't ready to evolve emotionally, or you weren't available for them when they needed you, because it's a two-way street. I need you, you need me for different things, like not codependency. I'm not leaning on you for, all of me, all of my support. No, it's a give and take, a giving and receiving. And then again, relationships are like mirrors. Like you're reflecting onto me what I feel or see in myself. If there's something that I don't like about you, I'm going to check myself to see if that's something that I don't like about myself. A lot of things that I don't like about my husband, it's because I don't like them about myself, and vice versa. It's so funny when we sit and we think of our arguments. Like we were just talking about this the other day when we were sitting and we were like, what do we really argue about? We argue about not arguing. The funniest thing, like if I say something to him and I say it in a tone that he doesn't like, that's the same kind of tone that he uses that I don't like. And it's so funny. And then it'll turn into an argument. Like I'll say something. He like, I'm not trying to argue with you. And I'm looking at him like, who even said I wanted to argue? That's not even what I'm saying. Like, I'm not arguing, but that's making me, I'm getting irritated. I'm getting very irritated because you just said something about you don't want to argue. And that ain't even what I came to you for. And then vice versa. He can say something to me and I'm looking at him like, why do you want to argue? And he like, I'm just saying something to you. It ain't, I'm not arguing with you. Like, are you okay? Like, so it's like those things, like, and that's basically what our arguments are about. And we sat and we laughed about it because it's not like it's not going to happen again. It's going to continue to happen because that's something that we don't like about ourselves, that we are too stubborn to fix, right? So if that is like the biggest thing, the blow up, then I don't think that that's a deal breaker for people. So you just have to know what it is that you want and be willing to accept it and welcome it into your life, but be willing to accept the fact that you might bring in a person who's just like you. Now, people come into our lives for different reasons, remember? So they could be coming into our lives to show us ourselves. They can be coming into our lives to show us what we should change about ourselves, because If it's a mirror, then they're just shining back on us what we are. So if they're shining back on us what we are and we don't like that, then it's time for a change. Change is not easy for everyone. Now, we are a really evolving relationship. We change a lot, but I guess that's just a part of us that just doesn't want to change. We're both stubborn in that way. It's funny that, like, I can say that and he gonna watch this and he gonna laugh because he know that it's the truth. But anyway, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing. That was a mini look into how to manifest the exact partner that you want for yourself. Now, only thing you have to do is manifest them, right? Peace.